Garbage day! Shit. Naughty, naughty. What's going on, friends? Logan Myers here for Cinephellas.com. We're doing more 31 Days of Horror tonight. We're going to be talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, the follow-up sequel. The movie's directed by Lee Harry, starring Eric Freeman as Ricky Caldwell. If you're not familiar with these movies, the first movie you really don't have to see before you go into the sequel, part 2, because the first half of the sequel movie is a recap of the first movie. So the first 40 minutes are basically the first movie. Makes no sense, but that's how the movie's set up. So Ricky is getting interviewed by a psychologist. He's kind of talking about what happened in the first movie. Basically, his family came across a guy, his car was broken down, he was dressed up as a Santa Claus. The Santa Claus was a serial killer, and Ricky's parents essentially get killed, so it's him and his older brother. They end up in like an orphanage with Mother Superior, this crazy-ass nun, drives these two little kids nuts, and they become serial killers when they're older. And dressing up as Santa Claus during the Christmas season really kill anyone that gets in their way. So the first movie is Ricky's older brother, that's the Santa Claus killer, and then the second movie we see where Ricky Caldwell is at. He's deranged, he's crazy, and there's a shit ton of overacting. Eric Freeman deserves the Oscar for worst performance of all time. This is honestly overacting, bad acting, 100% throughout the film. I don't think there's one good actor in this movie, but when Ricky Caldwell's like talking about the first movie and what happened with his brother, he's like, woo, and his like eyebrows are moving. You won't believe it. And he's just like overacting. It's painful to watch, but you have a great time with it at the same time. But essentially he's getting interviewed by this psychologist and kind of talking about what happened and how Ricky became the serial killer. And essentially he's taking over for his brother and becoming this serial killer. And the color red really sets off Ricky. Anytime he sees it, he like fucking snaps. There's a really cool umbrella scene. And Ricky's basically taking this umbrella and impaling this dude up against a wall. It's just fucking insane. But really the one scene that everybody knows about, as I did early on this video, Garbage Day.
Garbage Day! Huh? No!
That's the best part of the movie, and I think it's like the top 5 worst scenes in movie history. It's on YouTube. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, Garbage Day. Look it up. But, that's what the movie's known for, with Ricky, going over the top as he does, and with the gun and everything. And that's all I can really say about this film. Setting it up in the first movie, how these kids came across the serial killer, losing their parents, coming across Mother Superior, and really making these kids nuts as they got older, and them snapping out and killing people and becoming serial killers dressed as Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Kris Kringle. Papa Chicho. Wrong movie. But that's the setup, and seeing where Ricky is in the second film, and really trying not to laugh too much is overacting. And his story, he's recapping everything in the first movie, but he was a baby in the first part, in the first movie, so it's like, how do you remember all this? 1-year-old infant. There's a lot of plot holes in this movie. But going into this movie, it's one of my wife's favorite horror films. She's been talking about this since we got together. We finally got around to watching it, and I'll say I had a blast with this. I really went in with low expectations, but I have a soft spot in my heart for really bad B-movie acting and overacting and just over-the-top nonsense this movie has from the first through the end of the movie. So I had a really great time with it. Again, you don't have to watch the first one. You can go straight into the sequel and understand the whole storyline here. But overall, I'm going to give Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 a 2.5 out of 5 Santa Claus hair pieces. So what do you guys think of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What do you think about Ricky Caldwell's character and his overacting, and especially Garbage Day? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. This is Logan Myers signing out from the North Pole with my good friend and heartthrob himself, Ricky Caldwell. Ooh. Until the next review on 31 Days of Horror. Cheers!